In the sloping hills of California, a unique agricultural microclimate provides the perfect drainage and sunlight for exotic starfruit cultivation. Preparation begins with precision. Heavy machinery is deployed to penetrate the compacted earth without destroying soil structure. The auger bores into the red clay loam, a soil-type characteristic of this region, creating a deep anchor for the tree's future root system. Displaced earth is spiraled outward, aerating the ground and loosening the texture for upcoming amendments. Before planting, an agronomist inspects the soil profile. The moisture content and texture at a depth of 30 centimeters are critical. Starfruit trees thrive in slightly acidic conditions. A digital meter verifies the chemical balance instantly. A reading of 6 is optimal, indicating the soil is ready to support nutrient uptake for the young sapling. To maintain calcium levels and buffer acidity over time, a thin layer of agricultural lime is dusted into the planting pit. Native topsoil is enriched with organic compost in a mixer. This blend ensures the young roots encounter fertile ground immediately. The enriched mixture is shoveled back into the hole, creating a loose, nutrient-rich bed for the plant. Gentle compression eliminates large air pockets that could dry out roots, while keeping the soil porous enough for drainage. Before planting, infrastructure is key. Black polyethylene drip lines are laid out along the contour of the hill to ensure efficient water delivery. The main supply line is tapped. A precise hole is drilled to accommodate the pressure-compensating emitters. A pressure-compensating emitter is inserted. This device ensures every tree on the slope receives the exact same amount of water. A gentle tap with a rubber mallet secures the fitting, creating a watertight seal. At the central station, the main valve is opened to pressurize the system and test the connections. Water travels through the lines, emerging as precise, rhythmic droplets from the new emitter. The dry earth eagerly absorbs the moisture, creating a dark, damp circle that signals the site is ready for planting. Meanwhile, in the controlled environment of the nursery greenhouse, the next generation of starfruit trees is being propagated. A skilled propagator selects a healthy scion from a high-yield mother tree. This wood carries the genetic blueprint for superior fruit. Hygiene is paramount. The grafting knife is sterilized with 90-proof alcohol to prevent infection during surgery. A decisive angled cut removes a 10-centimeter section of the scion wood. The cut exposes the cambium layer, the vibrant green tissue responsible for vascular growth and healing. The rootstock, a hardy wild starfruit variety, is decapitated to receive the new genetics. A precise V-shaped vertical incision is split down the center of the rootstock stem. The scion trimmed to a wedge is slid firmly into the cleft. The goal is to align the cambium layers of both pieces perfectly. Biodegradable grafting tape is wound tightly from the bottom up to immobilize the union and seal out air. A final knot secures the tape, ensuring the pressure remains constant while the tissues fuse. To prevent dehydration, a small plastic bag is placed over the scion, creating a miniature greenhouse effect. The greenhouse automated misting system engages maintaining high humidity levels essential for recovery. Water droplets bead on the leaves, cooling the plants and reducing transpiration stress. Weeks pass. The graft heals and vigorous new shoots push through the protective plastic. Once the union is strong and scar tissue has formed, the constricting tape is carefully removed to allow the trunk to expand. The hardened saplings are loaded onto trailers, ready for their journey to the hillside orchard. The tractor navigates the steep terrain, bringing the young trees to their permanent home. Upon reaching the prepared site, the convoy stops beside the pre-dug holes. A single sapling is selected. Great care is taken not to damage the tender stem during handling. A gentle tap on the bottom of the pot loosens the root ball, ensuring it slides out intact. The pot is slid off, revealing the soil block shaped by the container. Healthy white root tips visible on the surface indicate a vigorous plant ready to expand into the earth. The tree is centered in the hole. Correct depth is crucial. The root collar must sit slightly above the surrounding soil level. Fine soil is gathered by hand to fill the gap, ensuring no air pockets remain around the delicate roots. The soil is firmed down with a boot heel to stabilize the tree against the hillside winds. A bamboo stake provides necessary support during the early establishment phase. Soft twine is tied in a figure-8 pattern. This method supports the tree while allowing it to sway naturally and thicken its trunk. A layer of wood chips and sawdust is spread around the base. This mulch retains moisture and suppresses weed competition. The drip line is pulled close, positioning the emitter directly over the root zone. Water begins to trickle, soaking into the mulch and down to the roots, the lifeblood of the new orchard. Hundreds of young trees now line the hillside, a testament to precision planning and labor. From above, the terrace farming model reveals itself, an ancient technique adapted for modern efficiency. Time accelerates. The saplings root deeply, expanding their canopies into lush, productive trees. Management is constant. Pruning shears enter the dense canopy to shape the structure. Small, inward-growing branches that clutter the center are removed to improve airflow. The trimmed biomass falls to the orchard floor, where it will eventually decompose. The goal is an open center shape, allowing sunlight to penetrate deep into the canopy to ripen fruit evenly. Vertical growth is curbed by topping the main leaders, keeping the harvest within easy reach. Large cuts are sealed with a protective paste to prevent fungal entry and speed up callousing. Nutrient management continues. A precise blend of micronutrients is dissolved in a large drum. This solution is injected directly into the irrigation system, delivering food straight to the root zone. With proper nutrition, the foliage becomes a lush, vibrant green, fluttering in the hillside breeze. Vigilance is key. A magnifying glass reveals the microcosm on the underside of a leaf. Tiny mealybugs are detected clinging to the leaf veins, a common threat to fruit quality. Instead of harsh chemicals, nature's own defense is deployed. Ladybugs are released onto the branches. The ladybug immediately begins its hunt, patrolling the leaves for the sugary pests. The season shifts. Tiny pink-purple flower buds begin to emerge from the leaf axils. These clusters burst into vibrant blooms, signaling the start of the reproductive cycle. Honeybees are attracted to the nectar. They are the essential workers of the orchard. Pollen grains cling to the bee's legs, a golden cargo moved from bloom to bloom. As the bee lands on the stigma, pollination occurs, the moment of fertilization. Its job done, the flower fades. The delicate purple petals wither and drift to the ground. Left behind is the tiny embryonic fruit, bright green, and already showing its signature ridges. The young fruits must cling on through the strong hillside winds that test their attachment. Workers inspect the heavy clusters. Too many fruits will result in small, inferior produce. Thinning is essential. Deformed or overcrowded fruits are snipped away. Only 2 or 3 of the most perfect specimens are left on each spur to grow to their full potential. To protect the skin from pests and physical damage, specialized water-resistant paper bags are prepared. The bag is carefully slipped over the developing fruit, shielding it from the elements. A twist tie or drawstring secures the bag tightly to the stem, locking out insects. Looking up, thousands of paper bags dangle from the canopy like lanterns, each protecting a future harvest. To combat the midday heat, overhead microsprinklers lower the orchard temperature. The waxed paper repels the water, keeping the fruit inside dry, while the environment cools. Inside its protective shell, the starfruit expands, sheltered from the harsh world outside. Weeks later, a technician gently peels back a bag to monitor development. The fruit has reached its full size, currently a stunning jade green before the ripening blush begins. The characteristic ribs are taut and plump, storing the water and sugars that will soon turn into sweet juice. Precision measurements are taken to ensure the fruit is developing according to strict market standards. Growth data is meticulously logged to track the orchard's overall performance and health. Soil hydration is monitored directly at the root zone to ensure optimal nutrient uptake. Irrigation is carefully adjusted to support the fruit's final swelling stage without waterlogging. As maturity approaches, a characteristic lemon-yellow hue begins to emerge along the ribs of the fruit. A natural waxy coating develops on the exterior, signaling readiness and protecting the fruit's moisture. A sample fruit is selected and sacrificed to verify the internal stage of ripeness. The cross-section reveals the classic star shape and firm, juicy flesh, indicating good structure. Juice is extracted for Brix, testing the industry standard for measuring sugar content. A Brix reading of 10 confirms the sugar content has reached the optimal harvest threshold. With quality confirmed, the harvest order is given,
Harvest
mobilizing
team,
the picking
begin
crew.
operations now.
Skilled
team,
teams
let's
equipped
move
with soft
efficiently today.
fabric gloves enter
The
the
lower
orchard to
branches
prevent
are
any skin
ready.
damage to the fruit. Custom carts follow close behind, designed with foam-lined tiers to transport the delicate harvest smoothly. Each fruit is cradled, gently treated with the utmost care to preserve its intricate shape. Stems are clipped flush with curved shears to ensure they don't puncture other fruits in the crate. Protective bags are removed immediately, revealing the flawless finish achieved through careful cultivation. Fruits are placed individually into cushioned trays to isolate them during transport. Orientation is key. They are laid sideways to protect the fragile ribs from pressure. Loaded trays are stacked securely, ready for the journey to the packing house. The transport vehicle navigates the hilly terrain with caution, carrying the precious cargo. Heavy-duty suspension systems absorb bumps, ensuring a smooth ride prevents bruising. Upon arrival at the processing facility, the harvest enters a controlled environment for preparation. The fruit is carefully transferred from field trays to the initial roller conveyor for processing. An ozone-infused water bath provides the first stage of sanitation, neutralizing surface contaminants. Microbubbles gently dislodge dust and field debris from the waxy surface without abrasion. Soft bristles reach into the deep grooves between the ribs for a thorough, gentle clean. A final fresh water rinse ensures no residue remains on the skin. High-velocity air knives blast away surface moisture to prepare the skin for optical grading. Advanced optical sensors map the entire surface of every fruit to detect imperfections. Algorithms analyze size, color, and shape instantly to assign quality grades. Automated sorters softly divert each starfruit to its designated packing lane based on the digital grade. Only the premium selection enters the top-tier packing lane destined for high-end markets. A final visual check by experienced staff guarantees absolute perfection before packaging. Any fruit with even minor blemishes is expertly spotted and removed from the premium batch. The mark of quality is applied, certifying the origin and grade of each individual fruit. Durable 5-ply corrugated cartons are assembled to house the premium export. Custom molded foam inserts are placed at the bottom to provide a secure shock-absorbing bed. Packers nestle each fruit into its protective cavity, alternating orientation for the best fit. A layer of fine tissue paper adds a final touch of protection and premium presentation. The carton is closed, securing the harvest for distribution. Automated taping machines seal the package efficiently and uniformly. Production dates are coded onto the box to ensure traceability throughout the supply chain. Robotic palletizers build stable stacks with geometric precision, readying them for cold storage. Shrink wrap secures the load, stabilizing it for handling and providing a moisture barrier. Temperatures are rigorously maintained at 12 degrees Celsius to preserve freshness and texture. Logistics partners arrive to transport the cooled goods to distribution centers. The shipment is efficiently loaded into refrigerated containers to maintain the cold chain. Once loaded, the container is sealed to protect the internal climate and security. Security seals ensure the integrity of the shipment is maintained until it reaches the buyer. With the cargo secured, the journey to the market begins. The fresh starfruit leaves the farm bound for store shelves across the country. Rolling hills of the orchard, the fruit travels miles to consumers nationwide. The cycle continues under the setting sun of the American countryside. In the kitchen, the fruit reveals its true culinary potential and beauty. The perfect star shape makes for an elegant, naturally decorative presentation. A touch of honey complements the fruit's natural tartness and floral notes. Crisp and refreshing, it is ready to be enjoyed. Bursting with juice and flavor, the starfruit is a true delight of nature. From farm to table, the journey of the starfruit is complete.